If you start your morning with a tall glass of raw cabbage juice, believing it is doing wonders for your stomach, this video is one of the most important things you will watch this year. Because what that daily habit may be quietly doing to your thyroid gland is something almost nobody talks about, and the consequences can take months, or even years to surface, by which time the damage is already done. Let us start with what makes cabbage genuinely impressive. This is not a vegetable with an inflated reputation. Cabbage belongs on the list of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It contains a compound called S-methylmethionine, historically referred to as vitamin U, first isolated from raw cabbage juice. A landmark study administered raw cabbage juice to 100 patients with peptic ulcers, and found remarkably rapid healing. That discovery launched cabbage into its reputation as a natural stomach remedy. And the science behind it holds up. Vitamin U strengthens the mucus lining of the stomach wall and helps regulate acid secretion. Cabbage also contains sulforaphane, which research has confirmed can suppress the spread of Helicobacter pylori, the bacterium responsible for most stomach ulcers, and a major contributor to gastric cancer. It is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, indole 3-carbonyl, and fiber. Cabbage is a legitimate superfood. The problem is not the cabbage. The problem is the method. Specifically, blending it raw, every single day, in concentrated juice form. Here is what happens at the molecular level. Cabbage belongs to the Brassica family, alongside broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, and mustard greens. These plants contain compounds called glucosinolates, sulfur-based molecules that are relatively harmless, while the plant cell walls remain intact. The moment you chop, chew, or blend raw cabbage, you rupture those cell walls. This releases an enzyme called myrosinase, which immediately reacts with glucosinolates to produce a cascade of breakdown products: isothiocyanates, thiocyanates, and goitrogen. These are goitrogen's thyroid-disrupting compounds. Goitrogens attack thyroid function through two distinct mechanisms. First, thiocyanate directly blocks the sodium iodide symporter, the protein that transports iodine from the bloodstream into thyroid cells. Without sufficient iodine uptake, the thyroid cannot produce hormones. Second, goitrogen and isothiocyanates inhibit thyroid peroxidase, the enzyme essential for synthesizing thyroid hormones T3 and T4. When hormone production drops, the pituitary gland increases TSH output to try to compensate, chronically stimulating the thyroid gland, and potentially causing it to enlarge. The condition known as goiter. A rigorous systematic review published in 2024, analyzing 123 studies, including animal, in vitro, and human clinical research, reached a nuanced but important conclusion. For healthy individuals with adequate iodine intake, eating normal amounts of cooked brassica vegetables, there is no meaningful risk to thyroid function. However, and this is critical, the same review confirms that concentrated raw consumption, especially in juice form, poses a genuine risk in people with existing hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, or iodine deficiency. One case report within the review documented a patient who consumed large quantities of raw broccoli and developed Hashimoto's disease with a TSH level of 68 micro-IU per milliliter. Normal TSH sits between 0.4 and 4.0. That is more than 17 times the upper limit of normal. Why is juice specifically so much more dangerous than simply eating the vegetable? When you chew raw cabbage, the dietary fiber present in intact plant cells absorbs some of the goitrogens before they reach intestinal absorption. When you blend it, cell destruction is far more complete. The myrosinase glucosinolate reaction reaches maximum efficiency, and the fiber that would normally buffer absorption is either destroyed or no longer functional. A single glass of raw cabbage juice can concentrate goitrogens, equivalent to several full servings of the vegetable, all absorbed rapidly with no fibrous buffer. Every single day, you are delivering a concentrated dose of thyroid-disrupting compounds directly into your bloodstream. This matters for a very specific reason. Thyroid disease in Korea has been rising year over year from 1998 to 2021. The overt hypothyroidism prevalence in Korea is approximately 14.28 per 1,000 population, with women disproportionately affected. Hashimoto's thyroiditis patients are 88% female. The symptoms: fatigue, unexplained weight gain, cold sensitivity, depression, hair loss, dry skin, constipation are so easily mistaken for ordinary aging or stress that many people remain undiagnosed for years. There is a very real possibility that some people drinking raw cabbage juice every morning already have subclinical thyroid dysfunction they are completely unaware of and are unknowingly accelerating it. Now for the critical piece of good news. Goitrogens are highly heat sensitive. This is the single most important fact in this entire video. Research shows that boiling brassica vegetables for 30 minutes destroys up to 90% of their goitrogenic activity. Myrosinase enzyme is thermally unstable. Cooking deactivates it before it can convert glucosinolates into their harmful breakdown products. Steaming and microwaving also reduce myrosinase activity by over 90%. A controlled clinical study gave 10 healthy volunteers 150 grams of cooked Brussels sprouts every day for 4 weeks, and measured TSH, T3, and T4 at every checkpoint. There were 0 significant changes in thyroid function throughout the entire study. Cooking solves the problem almost entirely. Here are 3 practical ways to enjoy cabbage safely while keeping all the benefits. The first method is blanched cabbage juice. For those who genuinely cannot give up drinking it, cut the cabbage, blanch it in boiling water for 3 to 5 minutes, rinse with cold water, then blend. This process inactivates myrosinase and causes water-soluble goitrogens to leach into the blanching water, which you discard. Vitamin U and sulforaphane are partially retained. Your stomach still gets the benefits, and your thyroid is protected. The second method is steamed cabbage. Cut cabbage into pieces, place in a steamer over medium-low heat for 5 to 7 minutes. The steam deactivates the myrosinase enzyme and neutralizes over 90% of the goitrogens. Dress the steamed cabbage with sesame oil, a pinch of salt, and crushed sesame seeds. This method preserves the vitamin U content, maintains the sulforaphane concentration well, and creates 0 thyroid risk. Pair this with seaweed nori, wakame, or kombu to supplement iodine intake alongside your cabbage. Even trace amounts of remaining goitrogens cannot cause harm when iodine levels are adequate. The third method is a quick stir-fry. Heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in a pan over medium heat. Add 2 cloves of garlic. Then add 200 grams of roughly chopped cabbage, and stir-fry for at least 5 minutes. The combination of heat and time ensures goitrogen deactivation. Add 2 eggs to the pan for protein, season with salt and pepper. And you have a complete, safe, and nutritious meal that harnesses every benefit of cabbage without threatening your thyroid. Important cautions: if you have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's thyroiditis, stop drinking raw cabbage juice immediately and consult your endocrinologist about safe serving sizes and preparation methods. If you are taking levothyroxine or any thyroid medication, do not consume large amounts of brassica vegetables within 1 hour of taking your pill, as it can interfere with drug absorption. Pregnant or nursing women should also avoid concentrated raw brassica juices during this hormonally sensitive period. For healthy adults, a small amount of raw cabbage in salads, roughly half a cup or less, is generally safe. What is not safe is blending a concentrated glass of it every single morning as a health ritual. The bottom line is clear. Cabbage is one of the most beneficial vegetables you can eat. Its vitamin U, sulforaphane, indole 3-carbonyl, and vitamin C content offer real, scientifically documented benefits for stomach health and cancer prevention. But raw, blended, daily, in concentrated form, that same vegetable becomes a daily dose of thyroid-disrupting goitrogens that over time can suppress iodine uptake, reduce thyroid hormone synthesis, and silently worsen a condition you may not even know you have. Cook it, steam it, stir-fry it, add seaweed to your diet for iodine. The benefits remain, the risk disappears. If this helped you rethink your morning routine, please share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more evidence-based nutrition information every week.